we've organised this today to raise awareness for the fact that there's a lot of companies struggling, us included. By the time things get sorted out, it might be too late for a lot of companies. Basically, the people that have turned out here today have got the same passion for trying to do something about this as I have, because it's, in theory, do or die, really.
At the moment, it seems as though the industry has totally been disregarded, as though we don't exist, which we find very frustrating, because there's companies out there from small, medium to large, and at the moment are really, really struggling. They are actually saying that the events industry will open on 1st of October, but that's not going to happen. On the ground, within the industry, people are saying that we'll be looking at possibly April/May in order before we even get any chance of getting back to work. Well, our problem is when the furlough finishes at the end of October, then there's a big gap to span within that period, and half the companies what's in our industry will not survive it. They'll not last till Christmas, and they are desperate.
We need help, otherwise it's going to be a case of the industry will collapse.
So our industry has been hit very, very hard. We were the first to close, and very much we are going to be the very last to come back.
We need to get ourselves recognised, we need to be seen by the public, and they need to realise the dire straits that the industry's in.
From a government's perspective, it just involves spending money, unfortunately. Maybe keeping our industry furloughed for a longer period of time, because it is needed. Companies can't survive. Maybe just opening up the events a little bit more with social distancing.
Because the actual industry themselves do understand how they can operate and work with the COVID systems, which can be put in place quite easily within the exhibition and events industry.
Well, the first thing we want to achieve is by trying to bring to the government's attention that we really are a multi-billion-dollar industry. We encompass people that hire portaloos, trackway, fencing, security, DJs, sound and lighting companies, exhibition companies, furniture hire companies, marquee companies. The list is huge. All of us have been affected by the same broad brushstroke. We're closed down. Effectively, we cannot function because there are no events. And whilst the government are making every effort to try and bring events back into the fray from October onwards, I think the real world knows that events are really not going to happen until at least the end of the first quarter of 2021. How do we survive until then? The point of today is purely to bring to the attention of the government that there is a huge industry that isn't going to be here in a few months' time unless we get some financial support.
We started off at London Gateway Services, and we've headed into London down to Parliament Square. We've been around Parliament Square and then up Parliament Street past Downing Street to Trafalgar, and basically we've been looping around to gather all the vehicles together, raising awareness for the dire situation that we're in at the minute.
To say that we are here, we are a major part of bringing revenue into the country, and currently at the moment there is obviously negotiations with Brexit. Well, if we're a country that want to stand on its own 2 feet and be self-sufficient and supportive, well, surely the UK has got to back UK companies. I feel as though I'm passionate about the UK as a great country, and the fact that we need to get the ball rolling, and the important word I think is confidence. We need to inject confidence back within businesses and exhibitors and within our industry. It seems as though we were one of the very first industries to get hit early March, and it looks as though we're going to be the last. What I can't understand is that within the industry we're in, it generates so much revenue to the country in reference to UK businesses and overseas business and commerce. I just don't understand why they're cutting that vein of income off. I just have no idea. I don't know.
The Metropolitan Police, they've been aides. They're absolutely brilliant. They've helped me with everything. They've also advised how to do things. They've wished us good luck with the cause, and they've actually turned around and said out of a lot of the protests that we've had, we've been the best people to deal with, which is always good to hear.
Basically, we got in touch with most of the people who we know within our industry, the length and breadth of Britain, from down in Devon and Cornwall up to Glasgow, asking them if they wish to take part in this in order to put a voice forward. And obviously, the more people you get, the bigger the voice.
The response has been absolutely fantastic. I couldn't be prouder of the way that people have really got involved, and being able to support each other through these times has been absolutely fantastic.
And we're really, really pleased with the turnout and support we've had. Yes, some of these companies can't even afford the fuel to get down here, and a lot of companies have also got the vehicles sewn, so they've no transport anyway. And then obviously to go through into centre of London, just actually to say, you know, we are here. Fortunately, it has got on local radio, and it's actually highlighted the fact that the exhibition and event industry are at the moment doing a protest to try and bring awareness.
Well, we were hoping for something in the order of about 40 to 50 vehicles. We've achieved well over 70, so we're delighted. It's been very well represented as a cross-section across the industry. So we've got events companies here, exhibition hire companies, furniture companies, carpet layers. It's right across the spectrum, which is lovely to see. It's lovely to see us all coming together with the same goal. What was the goal? To drive around Parliament Square, up Parliament Street, around Trafalgar Square and back home. We just made a statement. I hope that statement gets across to the government, and I sincerely hope and pray that we see some support.